अभी जो रहते हैं जो हमारे हिल एरिया में, पहाड़ी एरिया में, क्योंकि पहाड़ जो है ना, पहाड़ जो है पहाड़ी को ही बिलोंग करते हैं। हम पहाड़ है, हम पहाड़ी हैं, हमारे पहाड़ आप नहीं ले सकते, छीन लो आप एक दिन भी नहीं रह पाएंगे, क्योंकि वहाँ की हवा है, वहाँ के पेड़ पौधे सब हमारे हैं, हम उनके हैं। जबरदस्ती छीनोगे भी तो आप नहीं रह पाओगे, आप खुद मरोगे वहाँ पे। तो हम अपना रक्षा भी करेंगे, अपना पहाड़ भी रक्षा करेंगे, और अपना हमारा पहाड़, अपना पानी, हमारा हवा, वो भी हमारा रक्षा करेगा, क्योंकि हमारे पुरखों की जो उनकी जो आत्मा है हमारे हिल्स में रहता है।
Manipur has also a long history of insurgency against the government and demands for separate states for ethnic groups. Are we seeing a revival of sorts of this kind of insurgency as well?
At this juncture, there is no indication that it is this entire disorders of the current phase are linked to the insurgency. This is something that the Chief Minister has tried to falsely project. He has been contradicted by the Chief of Army Staff, by the Chief of the Defence Staff, and by the Home Minister, the Union Home Minister as well. So this is essentially this allegation that these are insurgents or terrorists, as the Chief Minister chose to describe it, is essentially part of the false narrative and the hate speech that has become characteristic of the situation. Most of the insurgencies in the region, in Manipur in particular, have been substantially contained. Just a small number. Last year we had a total of just 7 insurgency-linked fatalities. Now you must compare this with a peak of more than 450 fatalities in the state in the early 2000s.
Right. And what is the risk that the ethnic violence that we are seeing in Manipur spreads to other states in northeastern India?
Not significant. You see, while there are linkages between various groupings across borders, there is not such a large sort of overflow of particularly of Kuki or Meitei populations anywhere else. And these are all, all the movements of Northeast India are largely tied to specific ethnic groupings. While there has been a very long history of collaboration between insurgent groups, it is rare for ethnic conflicts to actually flow across borders, other than in the shape of refugees who may seek to escape one state and into another when ethnic conflagrations go beyond a certain level.
You spoke a little bit about, a little while back about a negotiated settlement. I wonder, therefore, how should this situation be controlled? What does the government need to do?
Well, at the moment, the negotiated settlement is basically a theoretical construct. Given the levels of, actively provoked hatred, given the kind of polarizing politics that has been part of the state's politics, particularly over the last few years, given the agenda of the ruling party over there, it is unlikely that any effective measure can be really brought about. However, it has been announced that an official peace committee will be established. Let us see what the peace committee can do. This was announced by the Home Minister. Several lesser peace committees have been set up, unofficial peace committees. People are talking. So the whole idea that there is an environment of absolute hatred is not the case. The Meitei is still talking to the Kuki, but at the establishment level, at the level of organized groupings, polarized politics becomes the most important mobilizer, and consequently hate speech and this kind of mobilization through hatred becomes the most visible index of what is going on.
Right.
It is not the case that every Meitei hates every Kuki or the other way around.
Right. We'll leave it there for the timing, but thank you so much for joining us today, Ajay Sani.
Chief Minister of supporting extremist Meitei groups like the Arumbai Tengol and the Meitei Lipun, and even allowing them to steal, yes, steal, my friends, weapons from the state security forces in the Imphal Valley. An official assessment by the state police headquarters has revealed that at least 500,000 bullets, including mortars, and 3,500 guns were stolen. Please think about what I am just saying again. Guns and bullets being stolen from the state armories and the police stations in Manipur, especially in Imphal. In any other part of the country, this would be seen as an act of high treason that would lead to a massive uproar, would result in, if not the dismissal of the state government, but at the very least, action against the culprits and some element of accountability. So I ask today, where does the buck stop in Manipur? The Union Minister, Amit Shah, was almost forced to travel to Manipur and spend 3 days in the state, and this should reveal just how grave the security challenge this violence in a border state poses. Mr. Shah went to Manipur in end May. Good for him. But that's almost a month after the violence first erupted. Was it then a case of too little, too late? Truth is, the Home Minister's calendar in the end of April and the first half of May was booked. Why? Because he was focused on the Karnataka elections. He was crisscrossing the state on a daily basis. At that point, all that mattered for the BJP and Mr. Shah was winning Karnataka. Manipur, it seems, could wait. It, after all, has only 2 Lok Sabha seats. This is what happens, my friends, when election cycles begin to matter more than core issues of governance and law and order. Manipur is a major security challenge that also reveals the limits of power politics.